So you know what he did? He started lending money to his partners. Right? Start putting money in railroad bonds, which was the equivalent to the subprime loans in 2008. Yep. 100%, bro. 100%. They took that money and went to getting bonds, lending it to his partners. Oh, you trying to build this over there? Here, you can have that. Oh, you trying to build this over there? You can have that. While we cutting hair, we building relationships. Our wives done built the cleaning businesses, you know, to clean and all that, the aftercare, all of this they doing. We putting our money in this bank. Now, this how the thing, this what made it so dope. So they took people like Abraham Lincoln and all these other people and put them on the front as advertisers for the bank, because at that point, they were so-called the people who freed the slaves, right? So it made it look friendly, like, yeah, we want your black dollars here, like put them in here. But again, greed took place, and then what happens is when you don't have the IQ, when you don't have the knowledge on how to actually invest and pay attention to your bread, you always leave the person who is doing it in charge of your money. You feel me? So look what happened. The dude runs the bank into the ground. The bank is now asset poor. So they call Frederick Douglass in. They like, look, check this out. You know, it's popping. You know, we made a couple mistakes, but it's still popping here. What we want to do is make you the president of the bank. So Frederick Douglass come in. He put $10,000 of his money in the bank. He become the front run for the bank. And then, you know, once he becomes the front run for the bank, you know, as black people, when we see, oh, we got Frederick in the front. Oh, we about to tap in. So now we go extra hard. And then Frederick realized, yo, he said something. I was married to a corpse. It looked good on the outside, but it had nothing in the inside. The thing that needed the bank to keep running, it was gone, the money. So Frederick Douglass went to the people, to the federal government and said, yo, there's no money in this bank. I need to get my $10,000 back. There's no money in this bank. Y'all tripping. Check this out. The federal government comes, shut the bank down. They close the bank. They shut the bank down. But guess what? Just like in 2008, nobody goes to jail. Nobody gets prosecuted. $57 million of all black earned money evaporates. Setting black culture back again another 30, 40 years, 50 years. You feel me? And most people don't know about this. Freedmen's Bank, go check that story out. It's the greatest robbery in American history, next to slavery. Right? You robbed $57 million, which is equivalent to about 1.3 billion right now. Set them back. But what I want us to get from that is this. One, we can't trust banks to do the same, because all that bank did, all that banker did was the same thing that bankers do now. You put your money in the bank. What the bank does is the bank takes 90% of your money. The bank takes 90% of your money and they do what they want to do with it. So when you go to the bank and you put $1,000 in there and you come back and you put your debit card in there and it still says 1,000, it's not 1,000 in there. Really all you got in there is 100. They've taken 900 and they've loaned that 900 to somebody else, or they've put that 900 in the stock market. You feel me? What you got in there is really a debt note. It's not debt. That's why you have a debit card. So what you see on the screen when you go to your bank, that's not even much in there, I can promise you. It's not in there. Now, if you go try to get it, they're going to get it. This is why if you go get a large sum of money out of the bank, they send you through hell and high water. Because you taking 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000 dollars out the bank, they're like, wait a minute, man. Now we got to go get some money from over here. We got to get some money from over here. right? We got to go get some money from over here, take this from here to go give him this. Man, what you need the money for? The money not there. So now they got to go mess up an investment. This why they want you to put your money in CDs. This why they want you to put your money in, houses. This why they want you with those 30-year mortgages. Because anything that they can do to lock your money up for long periods of time benefits them. You feel me? Because if they can say, okay, boom, okay, we can lock this money up for 20 years or 15 years, or you about to put your money in the CD? Cool, yeah, put your money in the CD, man. Look, you can't get it off for 5 years. We're going to give you such and such % interest on it. Cool, if you touch this money, we're going to tax you. You know why? So now that lump sum of money you put in there, they about to go crazy with that money. It's the same thing. They want you locked in. They don't want you coming moving that money around because you inconveniencing them. Because I'm counting on this money. 100%. This is 100% why they, yes. So I want us to understand this. It's real talk. The narrative that we've been taught to put our money in a bank is a narrative that is only beneficial for a certain section of people. The wealthy. It is their job to keep you ignorant of how to build wealth. It is their job. So people always say, man, why they don't teach that in school? Because if I teach you in school what's really going on, then at that point I can no longer eat off you. You feel me? If I teach you, remember the story I told y'all before. If the lion teaches the zebra and the gazelle how to get away, then what's the lion gonna eat? The lion is not gonna become a vegetarian. The lion is not gonna eat another lion. The lion loves to eat the hyenas and the gazelles and the zebras and the impala. He's not gonna teach them how to get away. Because if he teach them how to get away, then at some point the gazelle gonna teach the other gazelle how to get away. The zebra's gonna pay attention to what the gazelle's doing to get away. The water buffalo's gonna pay attention to what they do to get away. And now the lion gotta starve. It's the same thing. Are you financial prey or are you financial predator? The choice is yours. The choice is yours. So we can no longer get mad at them for not teaching us, especially nowadays when the information is literally worth more than the money. The information is here for us. We gotta stop being entertained and start being educated. Is we trapping or is we trapping? Is we trapping or is we trapping? Let me know, man. How y'all feeling tonight, man? Y'all good? Y'all good? For sure, for sure, for sure. Yep. The king said that removing the gold standard. So I want y'all to think about something too. We'll tap into that too. So at one point, you could only print as much money as you had gold, right? At one point, you could only print. Let me get him out of here right quick, y'all. Oh, let me get them out of there because we don't like them type of people here. Right? So, you can, at one point, they could only print as much money as they had gold, right? They was only able to do that. So what they did was, when they removed the gold, which is the gold standard, excuse me, you can look up the Bretton Woods Agreement. They were now able to print as much money as they wanted to. And if I can print as much money as I want to, at this point, I don't care about the money itself. I just care about the assets that the money can buy me. Yep, 1972. So all I need to do is print enough money to buy assets. If I can buy assets with the money, then that's where the real wealth is. Hence, you hear people say, the money has no value. The asset is what you want. which is why assets is what make you wealthy. Ownership is the key to wealth. Y'all with me right now? Y'all with me right now? We trapping. Right? So, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about something. So, in order to build wealth, I want you to understand these 5 terms. Right? Income, expenses, assets, liabilities, and cash flow. All of these things, these are the 5 most important things to building wealth. And I'll add this in the equation, equity. Right? I'll add that in the equation and say equity. Right? So I'll say them again. Income, expenses, assets, liabilities, cash flow, and equity. Right? Because equity equals ownership. I'll say it one more time. You need to understand these terms. These are important terms that you need to learn. Whether you're investing or building wealth, these are the terms that we need to understand to build wealth. I'll say it again. Income, expenses, assets, liabilities, cash flow, and equity. Right? We need to learn that. We need to learn those, and we need to understand what they mean. These things are essential for us. So let's talk about them. Let's break them down. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Let's have a little quick breakdown. Right? Let's have a little dope breakdown of them. Right? Right? So people think, I see some people saying, "Come on, Rich Dad, Poor Dad." It's not really that it's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's that these are just the essentials to build wealth. Right? So let's talk about it. Income, the money that's coming in, is self-explanatory. The money that's coming in is called income. The money that comes in, that's the income. In order to build wealth, you need some type of income. That's why they have passive income, active income, right? They have these terms, right? Passive income is money you don't have to do nothing for, right? Active income is the money you're working for. Right? And we have to, now that we talk about now that we talk about income and we broke down passive income and active income, now what we got to do is this. In order to really build wealth, here's a gem. You're going to need more passive income than active income. In order to build wealth, you're going to need more passive income than active income, because passive income can work for you 24 hours a day. You can't work 24 hours a day every day. So you're going to need more passive income than active income. Here's another gem. The more passive income that you have, the more of your 24 hours that you buy back. Another thing that I always say is this. He or she who has the most time can create the most wealth. Said it again. He or she that has the most time can create the most wealth. Why? Because if you got more time, you can come up with more ideas. You can come up with more ways to add more streams of income to your life. The more money you have working for you, the less you have to work. The more money you have working for you, the less you have to work. Example. Friday, I put up what I did in options in the last 2 weeks. In the last 2 weeks, just in the options, my options portfolio, we've made $14,000. I only worked about 2 hours of those 10 days for that $14,000. The 2 hours is what it took me to research those companies, come up with dates, and put the money there to do it. After that, the stocks did their thing on its own. I can't do nothing about that. You feel me? That's the post I made Friday. You see the post that says $14,000 in net gain. That's passive income. And if I wanted to cash out, I just go to the thing, press close. I take my $14,000 and I do what I do. But I'm going to let it run. The objective is to have more passive income than active income. Y'all with me right now? We trapping or we trapping? You feel me? Make sure we understand that. Expenses. Expenses are what you are spending out of the income. Whether it's, what you're spending. Money that's being spent is expenses. Whether it's on assets, liabilities, whatever, the money that you're spending is an expense. Right? Now you have asset expenses, you have liability expenses. You feel me? So now let's talk about assets. You know what that is? You know what assets are? Anything that is appreciating in value or giving you some type of, let me get him out here too. Let's get this person out here too. Boom. Let's move you because you're being negative. You're being negative, family. You tripping. Right? We don't like the negative Nancy, yo. We don't like the negative Nancy, yo. We just here, we just chopping it up. Right? We don't like the negative Nancy. Right? So, you know what assets are. Anything that can give you more money in the future, right? Or increase in value. Gold, silver, stocks, real estate. It can be machinery, assets. People can be assets, 100%. Then we have liabilities. My daughter say it all the time. Liabilities take money from you. It's just that simple. Liabilities take money from you. Now here's the interesting thing. Cash flow. Cash flow is, now we talked about income, the money coming in. But cash flow is a completely different monster. Cash flow is the money that's flowing through. You need consistent cash flow. Think about it. Income is the money coming in. Right? Income is the money that comes in. Right? The key word, the key word is the flow. The cash flow. It's the money that's circulating. The cash flow, this is why we need, let's check this out. We need, he said the triangle offense. You've been rocking me for a while. This is why we want cash flowing in equity building assets. And then we have equity. You feel me? Check it out. The asset, the cash flow, and the equity is your triangle offense. It's the triangle offense. Don't get no better than that. I wish I had my whiteboard. I'll show it for y'all. You got the asset, you got the cash flow that equals equity. It's your triangle offense. This is how you build wealth. This is how you build wealth. You want assets that can create cash flow that turns into equity. This is the triangle offense.